Dr. Shabir, welcome to Let the Quran Speak.
My pleasure to be on.
We are looking at particularly inspiring verses of the Quran, Dr. Shabir, and now we are looking at from chapter 2, verse 286, and I will translate it for you. It says, God does not burden a soul beyond its means, for it is what it earns, and against it is what it earns. Our Lord, do not mind us if we forget or make mistakes. Our Lord, do not place a burden upon us as you have placed upon those before us. Our Lord, do not place upon us what we cannot bear. Pardon us and forgive us, and have mercy on us. You are our patron. Grant us victory over the disbelieving people. A beautiful verse again.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Yes. Yes. The statement begins with La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wusaha. God does not burden a soul with more than it is capable of, more than it can bear. That's quite reassuring, Safiyyah, because often when we interpret Islamic law, we can, it's the glass half full, half empty type of possibility. Either we look at it as something that, oh man, we've got to do all of this, or here, God is merciful, God is kind, He does not burden us with more than we can bear, and He must have meant this regulation for us in a reasonable way, so that we should carry it out in a way that one might reasonably expect of human beings to do. So that's usually my approach. And that approach is supported by verses such as this one. Because you cannot take an Islamic law and apply it with such force that people cringe at it. People realize, wait a minute, this seems unreasonable. Because then you're making God seem unreasonable. You're making it seem as if God has burdened us with something that is too much for us to bear. And this verse is assuring us that we should actually interpret all of God's commands to be in a reasonable way so that they're not burdensome for people.
But does that require us to have a change in mindset? Like to think, okay, everything that God has told us to do is within our limits. We can do it. Because God does not burden us more than we could be burdened.
Yes. And of course, that change in mindset is not difficult. It's just a matter of recognizing the excesses to which we have gone sometimes. But it's generally known to Muslim scholars that the religion is very flexible, but average folks may be worried about touching one little thing because they think the whole thing might fall apart. It's almost like, if I open the hood of my car, I don't know much about car mechanics, and I'm afraid to touch anything lest my very touching of something will cause more things to go wrong. So I may as well drive my car to a mechanic or get it towed and have them deal with it, and then I find that they touch one thing and then the problem I was experiencing is gone, right? So they know exactly what to do. So in a similar way, the average Muslim person may be afraid to tinker with any bit of Islamic law. They just know this is the standard rule. I'm going to apply this no matter what. And now they're kind of like hesitant to make any kind of adjustment to make things easier. But if they go to a Muslim scholars worth the name know this principle that the Islamic law cannot be applied and should not be applied in a way that is too stringent, because God does not intend His law to be something burdensome. So there is a generally known principle, for example, that necessity overrides prohibitions. So something may be generally prohibited, but necessity overrides the prohibition. If we look in the Quran, this is even clearer in the Quran before we go to any principle that has been arrived at by, or formulated in Muslim terms or human terms by Muslim scholars. For example, dealing with fasting, God says, "Yuridu Allahu bikum al-yusra wa la yuridu bikum al-usra." In the same chapter of the Quran, Surah 2, in the 185th verse, God desires for you ease, He doesn't desire hardship for you. In the 4th chapter of the Quran, we read that God desires an yukhaffifa ankum, to remove burdens from you, to make things light for you. The 5th chapter of the Quran deals with, among other things, the washings that are to be done before prayer. And there too, it says that God desires to make things easy for you. And hence we have the prescription that if you do not find water, you can just touch a clean surface and wipe your face and hands, and that will suffice instead of the usual washing. So coming back to our verse now under discussion, it is very inspirational because it is quick and easy to memorize. Just these few words, La yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wasaha. And many Muslims have memorized this, and even average Muslims will cite this very quickly.
Yes.
As a major principle that they know. God does not burden us with more than we can bear.
But usually they cite it in the context of, okay, you're dealing with a difficulty, right? You're dealing with a challenge in life, and God is not going to burden you with more than you can bear. So God understands your struggle and will help you through it.
Yes,
right?
And so it's comforting and inspirational for Muslims in a variety of situations, especially when they are in situations of difficulties. And they know that the difficulty is not going to go out of hand because they can
God is
only
in
bear so
control.
much.
Yeah.
God is going to control it, limit it, so that it won't be more than the human person can bear.
Thank you for that, Dr.
You're welcome.
Tired of seeing how Muslims are depicted in media? You can help. Support Muslim Media Hub, the first of its kind to empower young Muslims to create content for film, TV, and social media. Visit our website, QuranSpeaks.com, and donate.